Good evening, everyone. It is Saturday night, April 7th, and sorry, D&D ran over. So, yeah. D&D ran over, so we're a little later than I expected. But we're going to get in here, get some Final Fantasy 14 going. So we are already 52. I had to run a dungeon earlier because apparently yesterday I was running without any audio, any game audio, and did not realize it. So I have fixed that. I had to test it out, do a recording with being in a dungeon to make sure that we could overlap okay. So we're logging in here. And it is 10 o'clock. Almost 10 o'clock. I got about 1 minute. Which means that it is lottery time. Hooray, lottery time. Okay, so, yeah, we have a minute. It is currently 10 o'clock. We're going to go over to the Golden Saucer. Then we'll go over to Gridania. See what's going on here. Now we're gonna have to wait a couple minutes because, well, that's normal. Because it takes a couple minutes for the actual turning of the numbers that you can't read anyway. Until you talk to the cashier. See, they're doing it right now. Ethernet, cacpot board. $75.80. Let's see what we got. Consolation. Consolation. 1 extra MGP and qualifying for the early bird bonus. Okay, consolation. So, nothing but consolation prizes, that's fine. Talk to the broker, get a new one. Buy a second one. And a third one. Okay. So next Saturday we'll check it again. In the meantime, we need to go to Gridania. But where was she? Black Shroud. What's an East Shroud? The North Shroud? What's the South Shroud? Huh. Hold up. Now I can't remember. Oh, picked right. Okay. So nifty little tidbit. Here shows the... This will show you where the main story quest you have is. This will show whatever your next current class is. So, Yeshiva. A journey of purification. What do you get for this? Asylum. Envelops designated area in a veil of succor, healing any party member who enters it. Oh, yeah, that one. Does not cost mana. Lasts for 24 seconds. We also get Secret of the Lily. Adds a lily to your healing gauge. Well, we'll read it when we get it. Yeshiva has uncovered a clue for your quest to purge the taint. You come in a good time, Silkard. I believe I have found a clue in my grandfather's records. There's a passage which tells of the time when the taint reached the forest via a subterranean water vein. Master Toa traced it back to its source at Abalathia's spine, and there he purged the corruption. Lest you wonder, 'tis the mention of the water vein that interests me. Allow me to explain. Though the danger of the Twelves Wood has become so dire as to elicit emphatic warnings from the Great One, none of the Pajals or hearers were aware of it. If we then consider the Great One's warning that the taint shall flood the forest, I am inclined to conclude that the befouled aether is being conveyed via water veins. Years have passed since Master Toa purged the taint. A new source of corruption may well have manifested in the intervening time. First, I suggest we take our investigation to the central highlands of Korthos, which form the southern edge of Abalathia's spine. Pray meet me at Camp Dragonhead. Okay. To Camp Dragonhead. This is the exact reason why after your first class gets through all the main story quest, which is the best thing is to stick with one class to begin with. Once you get through the main story quest, then you have all of the Aether sites. Because what you have to do is, whenever you go to a new town, you have to click on the a new town that has an Aether crystal. You have to click on the crystal first in order to be attuned to it. Once you're attuned to it, you can port there. Here we go. Shiva, everything is frozen over. I had read about the snow-swept mountains of Korthos, but no amount of reading can substitute for seeing. I have a confession to make. This is my very first time setting foot outside the Twelveswood. The experience is proving to be at once fascinating and frightening, but I digress. While I awaited your arrival, I spoke with some knights about water veins. They say that one passes beneath the area just south of here. The area happens to be thick with fiends, and these fiends happen to have grown unnaturally aggressive of late. I would wager that the taint is to blame for this change. A short while ago, a band of knights departed for the area in question on a mission to call the unruly creatures. Shall we go and join them? Yes? She said south, but this is definitely west. Oh. That's because I'm heading towards something that is not what I thought it was. What is that? Blood for the stone. Blood for stone. Oh, okay. Yep, that's not where we're going to go. South was the correct direction. I wasn't sure if when she said south, she actually meant like Boulder Downs, which would kind of make sense. Nope, it's over there. What's that? Is that the taint? Is that the water taint? My suspicions were correct. The taint has driven the fiends into a frenzy. Let us aid the knights, then see to the cleansing. The level is above 54, it will be synced. Nope, we're exactly 52 because getting healer abilities when they're available is optimal. Okay, aid the knights. right. Clear her paralysis and heal her. I need more mana! Alright. Yeah, it's pink and purple. It'll be fine. We're already 52. Got like 2 more levels of it. These guys. This energy, soothing and pure, 'tis precisely as my grandfather wrote. In your soul crystal, I believe it has taken on a new radiance. In all likelihood, the spirit of Master Atoa within has bestowed upon you greater power. I wonder, could it be that the act of purifying serves to empower the white mage? If this is true, it makes the Pajol's refusal to leave the forest even more incomprehensible. How long will they allow laws to dictate their actions to the detriment of reason? At any rate, there is not more to do here. Let us return to Camp Dragonhead. Look, my robes match my, bird. Let us review what we've learned. As we suspected, the taint is being borne along subterranean water veins. According to my grandfather's records, the headwater of the vein we just visited is situated further to the west. We must pass through Ishgard proper to get there. Fortunately, travel restrictions have been eased since the Holy See was restored to the Alliance. Be that as it may, we will be venturing into the unknown. Master Atoa's journeys did not take him there, and there is no telling what awaits us. We must tread warily and be no less than fully prepared. Had the Seed Seers been willing to come, with your powers combined, we would have been able to boldly go forward. We would be able to go boldly forward and summon Captain Planet. But there is no point in dwelling upon that now. I shall survey the lay of the land in order to ascertain our next destination. Meanwhile, I suggest that you take time to accustom yourself to your newfound power. I should be here when you're ready to resume our mission. Okay, so she's gonna be Camp Dragonhead. Gotta remember that, Camp Dragonhead. Purifying the taint, you've honed your skills as a white mage. Okay, so that's 2 more abilities. Oh! Here's this lily gauge that I keep reading about. Healing gauge, whatever. The healing gauge displays the current number of lilies a white mage has accumulated. Lilies were accumulated when casting Cure or Cure 2 on a wounded party member engaged in combat. Okay, so 2 basic healing spells. Lilies reduce recast times for certain actions by a percentage corresponding to the number stacked in the healing gauge. Access the window at any time via traits and actions. Oh. Okay, so This is no mana. I want swift cast. Secret of the Lily. Okay. Adds a lily to your healing gauge. Upon the execution of Cure or Cure to oneself or a party member while in combat, lilies will lower the recast time for Asylum, Assize, Divine Benison, and Tetragrammaton by a percentage corresponding to the number of lilies stacked and the time of action and execution in which the time lilies are removed. 4%, 10%, or 20%. Okay, so you obviously want 3 lilies. Asylum, Assize, Divine Benison. Okay, so Asylum is the only one I have right now. I'll get the other ones later. Cool. So let's see, 10%, no, 20%? 20%. So hit it with 3 lilies. 20% is 18 seconds. Takes the recast time down to 72 seconds, so just over a minute. Minute and a quarter. Huh, that's pretty neat. Okay. When's our next one? 54? Yeah, 54. Level. Of course, I'm sure we won't be using this right away, because I'm sure we'll get a dungeon that's lower level. Considering it's Saturday night, I'm gonna guess it's Sestasha. Because I always get Sestasha. Or Stone Vigil. Could be Stone Vigil. Nope. It's Sestasha. Okay, tank and a DPS. I've never seen it. Tank is gladiator, not... Not a pally yet. What are you doing? You wanna let the tank lead there? I don't want to pull aggro. Let the tank do their thing. Alright, I don't understand the, I don't understand the reasoning behind pulling in ahead of the tank. The tank's never seen this dungeon before, and they're not a paladin yet, so they don't know how to run their role yet. I didn't realize I was running without any game audio yesterday. Or rather, I had game audio, but I had turned all the way down. Not all the way down, but down enough that it couldn't be heard on stream. Chopper! I'm not healing this tight, Maggie. Nope, don't need that. What are you attacking? Alright. I'll just attack whatever Alucard's attacking. He's a tank, I'll let him do. I am basically relegated to DPS at this point. I don't need this. Get him, get him, get him! Yeah, for the most part, I'm enjoying healing. I mean, like, I had a... Towards the end of WoW, I had a Pally that I had started as prot just to level, and then ended up... I got better gear for the healing set, so I was... Because I was dual-spec'd into Holy. Because that was when Warlords first came out. So like end of Pandaria, beginning of Warlords, I was doing prot and Holy tanking. Or prot tanking, Holy healing. And Holy healing back then was hard though. You ran out of mana like any long raid fight. Summoner's kind of annoying. So just because the summoner doesn't like Sestasha, they pulled out their Titan Aggie, who is out-tanking the tank because the tank is only a gladiator. So they're just running ahead, which, I mean, to me, if I was the tank, I would really hate that. Because I can't really learn what I'm supposed to be doing if somebody else is taking over my role. But yeah, generally, I'm loving healing in this. You know, because you're supposed to DPS when you heal. Which I know you said yesterday you don't do.